Hi, good morning everybody. I'm Gilbert.
I'm Lilian.
Welcome to another episode of Gibbon Travelogue.
This morning we're at
Tianmen Mountain.
It's a very nice clear morning.
Yep.
We're quite lucky.
Yeah.
Clear sky, no fog.
Yep. And of course there are a lot of tourists here. We just took the world's longest cable car, which stretches almost 7 kilometers long. In this video, we're going to show you how you can go about exploring the massive Tianmen Mountain National Park and offering you some helpful tips along the way. Interesting fact, out of 365 days in a year in Zhangjiajie, you can expect 200 days to be rainy, during which you will not be able to see anything through the fog. So, we look at the weather forecast and decide today is a good day to come to Tianmen Mountain National Park. More than 5 million people visit Tianmen Mountain or Tianmen San every year. Especially during the peak season, you may not be able to buy the tickets as there is a quota on the number of people to go up there. So, in order not to be disappointed, you should either buy the tickets online in advance or come to purchase the tickets as early as possible in the morning, which is what I did. Hey, morning. Today is the third day that we are here in Zhangjiajie. First 2 days has been raining and today is bright and shiny. I'm heading to the cable car station there to get our tickets to go to Tianmen Mountain. I wish I can tell you that you can just buy the tickets to the park and you can just explore as you like, but it's a little more complicated than that. Well, as you queue for the ticket, you will be confronted with a few choices on the types of ticket. Line A, you take the Tianmen Mountain cable car all the way up to the mountain top. Once you are done exploring, you take the Trans-Mountain escalator down to the Tianmen Cave and then to Tianmen Cave Square. Finally, take the express cable car back down to the express cable car station and take shuttle bus back here. Line B is the exact opposite of Line A. You take a shuttle bus to the express cable car station, take the express cable car up to the cave square, take the Trans-Mountain escalator up to the mountain top. Once you are done exploring, take the Tianmen Mountain cable car back here. For Line C, you take a shuttle bus to the express cable car station, take the express cable car up to the cave square, take the Trans-Mountain escalator up to the mountain top. Once you are done exploring, you can then take the escalator back to the cave square. Finally, take the express cable car back down and take the shuttle bus back here. My suggestion is either to take Line A or Line B, where you'll be able to experience the thrill of taking the world's longest cable car. For us, we took Line A. Okay, let's talk about Tianmen San. Tianmen San is among one of the most beautiful mountains in the world. Some of the really exciting highlights include Heaven's Door or Tianmen Dong, the 9,999 step stairways to heaven, glass bottom walkways, Tongtian Avenue, Tongtian Dadao with its 99 bends, and the world's longest cable car ride. So, our Line A tickets brings us to Tianmen Shan cable car station, which happens to be opposite where we stay in Zhangjiajie. Despite it being a low peak season, we queue for half an hour before boarding the famed Tianmen Mountain cable car. Tianmen San is best reached by cable car. The ride is the longest in the world, taking about 30 minutes and over 7 kilometers. As the cable car ascends from the city below, we are treated to panoramic views of the urban landscape, giving way to the green mountains and dense forests. The cable car cabins offer large windows, allowing us to gaze out at the unfolding scenery in awe. The cable car traverses a deep valley and soaring over lush forests and rocky cliffs. As the cable car glides gracefully over the valley floor, we can see the winding roads and pathways that lead up to Tianmen Mountain. Yes, That is the famous Tongtian Avenue winding road with the 99 bends. We'll talk about that later. Once we arrive at the top, we will need to decide which route to start our walk. The West Line is also known as Seeking Wonderland Scenic Zone or Nixian Qijing. It is located on the top western part of Tianmen Mountain. This area is interestingly regarded as the birthplace of immortal culture, and here are the highlights. The cliff-hanging walkway is about 1.5 km long at an altitude of 1,400 above sea level. This walkway is very thrilling. From the heaven approaching platform, Ling Xiao Tai, the view is simply breathtaking. Below, a vast expanse of lush greenery stretches out with winding pathways cutting through the landscape. The sheer cliffs drop dramatically, creating a sense of awe. And from this vantage point, we can see the cable cars sliding down the side of the cliff. It's a scene that inspires both wonder and humility, reminding us of the beauty and majesty of God's creation. As we walk further, we come across the western glass bottom cliffside path. This glass skywalk is 60 meters long and 1.6 meters wide. Visitors are asked to put on shoe cover to pass through the glass skywalk.
Shoe covers to go to the glass bridge.
Oh! As we walk on the path, no kidding, we get jelly legs all the way through, and also this weird feeling that your phone will drop all the way down the ravine. This is definitely an unforgettable moment. Along the way, we can see ribbons and ribbons tied to trees. As we take a closer look, you can see each ribbon has a personal wish written on it. Looks like you can very cheaply purchase a ribbon here, write a wish, hang on a tree and hope that your wish comes true. We continue to be in awe of the majestic landscapes and snap photos as we stroll along the cliff-hanging walkway. Well, you can see that it is not a short walk. I would definitely suggest that you come to Zhangjiajie when you are still young and fit enough to walk. Don't wait till you are retired and too frail. Another highlight of the western line is Guigu Mode, Guigu Tianqian. It is the cliff fracture that separates the cliff vertically into two. It is as if an immortal had chopped the cliff with a giant axe. Legend has it that the immortal Guigu Zi practiced the immortal skill of flying here. Not long, we arrive at the Guigu cliffside path. The path is on the southwestern side of Tianmen Mountain with a length of 1,600 meters. Along the path is the 160-meter long suspension bridge. This is the marvellous sight that we experience from the bridge.
So we're now at the suspension bridge. It's very exciting.
It's very wobbly and my hair looks funny. As we move along, we come to the sun-craving cave, a cast cave. According to the local folklore, the Songzi Guanyin deity appeared here, which led to many visitors coming here to wish for a male offspring. Finally, we are almost at the end of the western line at Tianmen Shan Temple. The Tianmen Shan Temple is located on a summit, which besides walking here from the start point like we did, can also be accessed via cable car. The original temple here was built during the Tang Dynasty and destroyed during the first part of the 20th century. In 1949, construction of a new temple with Tang Dynasty architecture began. The temple now sits on landscape grounds covering 2 hectares. There are also open chair lifts here, which will bring you to the Yunmeng Peak, Yunmeng Santing, at an altitude of 1,518 meters, the highest peak of Tianmen Shan. And right at the peak is Ling Xiao Tower, which is the lookout tower built in the architectural style of the Ming and Qing dynasties. So after 3 hours of walking, we have our lunch at the Cherry Bay restaurant.
So we're here at the Cherry restaurant. Actually, surprisingly, the jjajangmyeon is quite nice. I'm almost done with my bowl, then I remember I haven't reviewed this.
This line has a total length of 3.7 kilometers. It goes right through the core of Tianmen Mountain's natural ecology with a cliffside path and a glass bottom pathway. What we see on this route are more amazing sceneries. After a short walk, we arrive at the south overlooking Tianmen Cave, which is literally translated from its Chinese name, Nanfu Shi Tianmen. This is our first view of the Tianmen Cave. Look at the size of it. Usually we see the Tianmen Cave in countless YouTube videos from the front side instead of this direction. All inspiring. We stay around here for a while to really soak in the magnificence of the view. There is also a glass-bottom cliffside path on the eastern line. After an hour and a half, we arrive at the Trans Mountain Escalator. Built inside the mountain, this escalator is one of the most interesting and creative escalators in the world. It was completed and opened to the public in 2015 and essentially improved the visitor's experience. The escalator has two sections. The upper section brings you from the mountaintop to Tianmen Cave. The lower section brings you from the cave to the Tianmen Cave Square. This is the upper section with 7 segments. The escalator tunnel is brightly lit with loads of colourful billboards on both sides of the wall. At the end of the escalator, it is just a short walk into the Tianmen Cave. Tianmen Cave is a natural karst cave formed in a towering cliff face. It is often called Heaven's Gate due to its elevated position and its stunning views. The cave has a height of 132 meters, a width of 57 meters, and a depth of 60 meters. The cave itself is a large opening in the cliff, creating a dramatic entrance to the mountain if you view it from the front. Visitors can reach the cave from a steep staircase with 999 steps known as a stairway to heaven if they are coming up from the cave square. Since we come in from the top, it is the other way for us. As the stairway to heaven is closed due to the many days of wet weather, we gladly use the lower section of the Trans Mountain Escalator. The lower section has 5 segments and runs parallel to the 999 steps of the stairway to heaven. Finally, we reach the foot of the mountain, which is called Tianmen Cave Square, and for the first time, Lilian and I have a good look at Tianmen San and realize why it is known as the Heaven's Gate. Tianmen Cave Square offers a breathtaking backdrop of natural beauty with imposing rock formations of the mountain rising majestically in the background. The square is a hive of activity with throngs of visitors milling about, eager to explore the wonders of Tianmen San. Tour groups gather around their guides, listening attentively to stories and legends about the mountain's history and significance. Right in front of the stairway to heaven is the altar of Tianmen, where people worship the spirit of the mountain. There are 2 ways to reach Tianmen Cave Square. One is by cable car and the other way is via a super winding road called Tongtian Avenue, Tongtian Datao. The road is around 11 kilometers with 99 sharp turns and take around 20 minutes to bring visitors by bus to the square. I remember Jackie Chan sliding down this road in the 2012 movie Chinese Zodiac in a rollerblade suit. To me, the best place to see and take photos of these bands is from the cable car. It is definitely not recommended for people who are prone to motion sickness. A short walk from the cave square is the cable car station where we descend back to the town area. Interestingly, we have heard of a musical, which is a must-see, even before we made the trip here. Tianmen Fox Ferry. The musical is set on site, with the Tianmen Mountain and its deep valleys as the background. The show happens every evening from late March to December. Unfortunately, we are here in mid-March and the show has yet to start its new season. As we depart from the cable car station, we pass by the set of the musical. What a pity that we don't get to watch it. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video that we have done for you. And if you enjoy it, don't forget to give us a like, leave a comment for us, and subscribe to Gibbon Travelogue. And until our next video, we will see you again.